May profits be upon you. Welcome to another weekly Forex forecast. I'm going back to my old format. I'm going to run through all of the FX pairs, the majors anyway, and in this video and the next video, I'll go through the other markets, the indices, gold and oil. All right, and silver as well. Uh, but let's take a look at the calendar for next week. No red folders on Monday. Things can happen on Mondays like this, where there's no red folders, even though we have a holiday week, a shortened holiday week with a bank holiday for the U.S. on Thursday, and you won't see a lot of price action on those days, on these kind of weeks, on shortened weeks. Usually you kind of see some consolidation. But what we should be looking out for is NZD, New Zealand dollar, on uh, Tuesday evening. That'll be Wednesday morning for some of you, and that'll be the interest rate decision. We have CPI for the Aussie dollar that evening as well. And then we also have, we also have tentative dates for the core PCE for the US dollar on Wednesday. All right. Wednesday's going to be interesting for sure. So we'll talk about the New Zealand dollar and the Aussie dollar in further on in this video. Now, as far as the US dollar, let's go straight to it. I won't waste a lot of time with a bunch of extra analysis. All right, we have to make this video within 20 minutes. All right, now look, it's the daily time frame, and I wanted you to see on the weekly that we are still in an overall uptrend. All right, you can see the higher highs and the higher lows, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high in this bullish channel. All right, we're over here right now, and let me get to this thing here. There. All right, we're over here, right? Sorry, oh, I don't understand what it's doing. All right, there you go. All right. I'm not sure why it's doing that. All right. This should be the next higher low for the next higher high. We're going to see. But so far, this line, this support line has been holding pretty well when price reaches it. Now, if we go to the daily, let's squeeze in what we can see. If I can just get to it. All right. What we can see here is last week, I should have pointed that out on the weekly. The way the weekly candle closed in relation to the previous week, we closed above the full range of this candle of the previous weekly candle, which indicates that we will at least open and trade towards the high of this last weekly closed candle here. All right, so I'm looking for a bullish open in the very least. All right, but we should be trading towards the high of this candle. Now, I also want to point out that these two down close candles were overcome by this stronger bullish candle. All right, we haven't got above the high, but we got above these closes, which would indicate the formation of a bullish order block. I don't expect price to come past that bullish order block. uh, uh, I think it should hold until, which would represent support for price for higher prices. You understand? All right. I know I'm having a little trouble finding my words right now, but please bear with me. All right. Now you can see the higher highs. Sorry, why won't you write? Okay, higher. This my it's not cooperating. All right, we got a higher high here. Boom, a higher low, a higher high. Right, breaking structure along the way. Why in the world would I be thinking anything bearish in this market? All right, there's nothing. There's nothing bearish right now. Nothing bearish. All right, overall. All right, we've been on the we've been uh, pushing down, right, since January. But this turnaround here it just at this support line of the bullish channel, the ascending channel, lets indicates that yeah, we have some bullishness that came to the market, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, and I'm looking for the next higher high. That's all there is to it. And you can see that last week we also closed a bullish fair value gap. Fair value gaps let you know the order flow, indicate what kind of order flow we got. This one's a bullish one, therefore we're looking bullish. And the next line, we've already reached these highs here. We swept these highs already for buy side liquidity. This is the next target up here. All right. And if this bullish fair value gap holds, we should be reaching that at some point next week. All right. We have, I don't know why that's there, but that should be this. All right. Now, this is the immediate target will be last week's high. All right. The week of last, the high of last week. All right. The previous weekly high. And we should be heading towards that old high here at 105.4. All right. 154. Okay. Good. So bullish until this fails. If price comes back into this fair value gap and closes beneath it, then my bullish ideas are going to be put on hold. All right, and if we take this low, then I'll be pursuing bearish ideas. But this fair value gap has to hold in order for the market. Let me see something here. I thought I'd get this. I had something hidden, a message hidden, but it's not appearing right now. I don't know why, but I'm not worried about it either. All right, so bullish ideas, bullish bias for next week as we head up towards the buy side liquidity. Let's go to Euro USD. This will be quick. All right, the Euro USD is the inverse of the Dixie, the US dollar index we were just on. So whatever's bullish on, no, showing bullish there should be showing bearish here. All right. And what do we see? We see the downtrend, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower low. And we haven't hit the lower low yet. Once we cross this line here, then we'll be hitting a lower low. And what are we heading towards? This lowest low over here. And this is the sell side liquidity target. All right. But the immediate target is here at 1.1468. All right. What do I got a little note here saying needs to hold for further declines? What am I looking at? That bearish fair value gap. All right. We've already tapped it. All right. We've already tapped it, as you can see here. Price took out the high of the previous daily high. All right. Thursday's high. This is Friday's high. All right. And then we move down and close within the range of this candle. What does that mean? It means that there might be some we may see some consolidation here. All right. If it closed below that low, then I would be looking for price to trade towards the previous weekly low here. But right now, because it closed back within, we may see some back and forth here. But in order for prices to head towards this low here, this swing low, this fair value gap has to hold. All right. And I think it will. All right. And if it breaks, if price heads back, does that back and forth, and then heads back up here and closes above that fair value gap, my bearish ideas in the Euro USD are going to be put on hold. Got it? All right. And they will turn bullish once we hit these highs. All right. For sure. But this is an indicator. This fair value gap is an indicator for me whether I'm going to be looking for higher highs or higher or lower lows. So we're going to keep a careful eye on that. Got it? Easy enough, right? Let's go to the pound. Now look at this. Look at the euro, the Euro USD. I want you to take a good look at this. All right. You see how we made this higher high here for the month of September. All right, this is the high of September. Look at pound USD. This is September. We made a lower low. This is a SMT. All right, this is a divergence. All right, so between these two correlated markets, the pound is weaker. All right, if I want to take a sell in uh, one of these correlated assets against the US dollar, I'm going to take it with the pound. All right, because it's weaker and it'll have an easier time reaching the target. You'll see that we have a break of market structure right here for the month of July. You can see in Euro USD, we did not break that low of July yet. This is stronger. It'll probably be more prone to sideways price action than the pound. So the pound is the weaker one. This is the better one to take a short in. All right. Long story short. Now you can also see that with these lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. This lower low, this was an expansion that you didn't see on the Euro USD. So when price comes back into it, past the breakout level, you're looking for price to turn around. There is a fair value gap here, all right, and there is also a low that is cutting across into that fair value gap. This is this represents an area of fair value. You understand? All right. I'm looking for price to tap into that area of fair value to in order to go reach lower prices. Now, if you look closely, that fair value gap was just missed here. Maybe the market might consider it close enough. I hate not trusting that. If it had tapped this, if it had come up just a little bit more, I would be looking for shorts for sure. I missed this move down, jumping in because it didn't make that buy side liquidity sweep into this fair value gap, which would be internal range liquidity. This would be external range liquidity. This is external range liquidity. Once price comes down into external range liquidity, you expect it to pull back into internal range liquidity in order to reach external range liquidity and continue that cycle back and forth, right? It didn't do that this time. Came real close, so I'm a little piffed at that, whatever piffed is. Anyway, so we have a market shift, a shift in the market here, and you see I marked this order block here, this buy side candle going up, this bullish candle going up, all right, and then the bearish candles that overtake it. This represents an order block, a bearish order block, and I'm looking for price to come back into that, touch off, tap that bearish fair value gap in it, and then displace lower. All right. If price takes out the high, I'm going to be looking at its the reaction once it reaches that fair value gap up here. All right. And then because this may be a more complex pullback, but I don't want it to get past this point. I don't want to see it get past that point. All right. This fair value gap. If the fair value gap fails, all right, then I'll be looking at this high as a target. All right. But I'm not looking for it to fail. We're going to see how it does. Look at this fair value gap here first, and then we'll see about this one here. All right. We're at the point of the breakout. So I'm looking for price to turn around here. That's what I'm looking for. All right. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. The fair value gap here will give us a good story. All right. There is an order block here. I'll look for that mitigation and then uh, further downside. Let's look at the Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar is a hard one to trade. Look at all this chop. Look at all this chop. All right. And it's not giving you much. Look at this, the way the candles ended on Friday. Friday it pulled back within the range of this the previous Thursday candle. We got to go up further. Let me take a look at the weekly candle. Aha. See? All right. This weekly candle was pretty strong, closed well past the low of the previous weekly candle. So I like the fact that it's showing a bearish lean. All right, but you see, this is not something you want to get involved with, that sideways action there. But this close is a bearish lean. All right, and it's a very nice big candle. All right. I would like to see price wick back up towards that low in because this is an order block. folks. All right, towards that low, and then continue down further, heading towards these what do you call these the sell side liquidity. Excuse me, I got distracted for a minute. So that's on the weekly, bearish, right? If we go to the daily, we don't see those uh, fair value gaps. All right. You can't really see the order flow. We did take this low and we took these lows. All right. As far as sell side liquidity, I'm looking for price to pull back into this. All right. To pull back, but where to? Let's go to the 4 hour. All right. On the 4 hour, we can see something a little bit more obvious. See these up close candles here? The series of up close candles was overtaken by the stronger bearish candle. This forms an order block. All right. A 4 hour order block. And there is, if you can see it here, you can see it, a bearish fair value gap here that is holding in, and price, the market is respecting so far. Once this fair value gap fails and we start heading up towards this high, then bearish ideas should be put on hold. It should, once it takes this high, I would be considering prices to go up higher. You understand? Right now, I'm looking for price to find resistance here and turn over. This is an order block, folks, and I want to see it respected, and we'll see what happens. All right. In order for the prices to continue down lower, I would think the bears need this bearish fair value gap to hold. Got it? Cool. All right. Let's go to the New Zealand dollar, New Zealand USD. All right. Oops. Didn't mean to do all of that. All right. Let's go to the weekly. All right. This one, the New Zealand dollar has the interest rate decision on Wednesday. So be cognizant of that. All right. Be mindful of it. All right. Now, what we have here is a market that has reached on the weekly down to these lows. We reacted to it, but it did not create a new higher high. We got lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. And then we still haven't taken we still haven't gone past this low right here, all right, which took out this low. So this is our new target. All right, price did not take out this high, all right, creating a new high. So I'm expecting it to make a new lower low. That's all there is to it. All right, we have the extreme of this order block here. See this order block? All right, we have down close candles that were overtaken by this bullish candle here. All right, price comes back down into it. You expect it to go up higher from here, but we see this deep penetration into this bullish order block, and we're right now. The market is closing in on the extreme of this order block. This may turn price around. We may see a bullish reaction from here. Now, from the weekly, we are going down to the 4 hour time frame. And what I want you to see is I'm looking for price. You see how I from this high to this low, I'm looking for price to pull back into this. All right. And God dog it, man. I'm looking for price to pull down into this pull back into this fair value gap, and maybe somewhere around here. All right, somewhere around here at the high of this bearish candles, these two bearish candles, I'm looking for price to stay in order to move down lower. There is an order block here, folks. All right, from these lows to this high, this is an area of fair value. We see a price pushed into this area of fair value. We may see the 4 hour order block turn price around as resistance. Let me see. You see this where these bullish candles are? We're at the high here. This is the 4 hour order block. I'm looking for price to turn around here. All right. Now, if it continues up higher, once we get past this high, all bearish ideas out of the picture. I'll just put them on hold. Once we get past here, I'm looking for price to continue up higher. But until that happens, I am bearish in this market, and I'm looking for price to turn around. All right, either here from current levels or from this high. Got it? All right. Hey, I gotta go. I'll see you in the next video. May profits be upon you.